You can easily say CSSeLogix is a market leader in this domain.
A giant in the logistics industry with 30 years of expertise. What changed it? COVID changed it. Our system can actually adapt to what customer needs. A lot of entrepreneurs, they have the idea, but the execution part is missing.
Can you throw some light on real-time e-commerce fulfillment?
It is subject to the complexity of the product. It might take from 10 minutes to 1 day. If you recruit the right team, then you get the right results. We always question ourselves, are we trying to reinvent the wheel?
Welcome to Rising Sharjah, where we explore the innovative businesses that are shaping the future in Sharjah and the UAE. Today, we're excited to have Britto Satheesh, the director of CSSeLogix, a pivotal force in revolutionizing e-commerce fulfillment in the region. Welcome to the podcast, Britto.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off with finding out about the origins of CSSeLogix. Can you tell us about this?
Absolutely. CSSeLogix was born right about the time, just soon after pandemic. So you could probably call us post-pandemic baby. What propelled us was myself nor the world have any fond memories of the pandemic. It was a devastating effect on businesses globally, and professionals were losing their jobs. And as a result, the businesses had to adapt to a new realm, which is basically online business. And the online sector was just booming right about after the pandemic. So a lot of e-commerce companies started to explore the options of taking their businesses across to Dubai, across to other areas. And CSSeLogix started as a way to help these customers who wants to have their e-commerce business established here in Middle East. That's how we came in as CSSeLogix. And of course, before I also elaborate a little bit about CSSeLogix, I would also like to talk about CSS Group, because CSSeLogix is a vertical under CSS Group, a giant in the logistics industry with 30 years of expertise in logistics. So which 30th year will be our next year. So for a huge company with unparalleled success in logistics, it is just a matter of time for things to go online. What changed it? COVID changed it completely. And in the 30 years of their experience, they have also amassed a vast amount of clients. And all these clients had to adapt into their business culture as well. And they all wanted online help. As a result, CSSeLogix was born.
Can you tell us a little about how the journey has been from inception to now being, you can easily say CSSeLogix is a market leader in this domain. How has the journey been?
It's been a beautiful journey. From the get-go, it's been a steep learning curve. Every day, there's new challenges. Every day, you see new clients walking through those doors. And it's been brilliant. I have a fantastic team who is capable of looking into operations, a well-oiled machine when it comes to operations, which you need to be. And I have fantastic people even with respect to expansion, strategizing. So, and I also need to definitely mention my partner, who's also my wife, Ms. Shashikala, who's also the director for CSSeLogix. And as a result, we form a pretty good team, we always did question ourselves thinking, are we trying to reinvent the wheel? But we were not trying to reinvent the wheel. There are few fulfillment centers already by the time the pandemic was just out of the door. But what we wanted to do was create a little bit of a difference in this whole market. And that's what we've been trying to do, be that little stone that create that big effect. And ever since this birth, it's been brilliant.
It's amazing to know that this is like a husband-wife duo that is, powering a business like this. And also the fact that you all started during COVID. What were the initial challenges that came up at the inception, and how did you overcome them?
It is a husband-wife collaboration, but we tend to keep business and personal very separate. And that's pretty much a success throughout as well. And it works quite well. But there has been challenges because we do have disagreements between us as well. But at the end of the day, we all tend to converge into the fact that what's best for the business. Because sometimes you can have tunnel vision thinking that this is right. But then we tend to keep it away and we say, okay, this is what we are. This is for the greatness of the company. So we make sure everything is toward the company, our decision-making, our recruitment process, and even the technological implementations that we do in our business is towards the betterment of the e-commerce fulfillment industry.
I'm sure a lot of technology and a well-oiled process goes into making a business like this a success. Could you throw some light on what are the technological advancements or the innovations that you use at CSSeLogix?
Everything happens through the system. Your system, like I mentioned earlier, it is your brainchild, and that is your engine. And if anything happens to the engine, then it can get very tricky because everything goes manual. One of the USPs that we have set ourselves is to make sure we adapt to our customer requirements. Our system can actually adapt to what customer needs. We can create and we can customize our system what the customer wants to see.
Can you throw some light on real-time e-commerce fulfillment? How does the process work?
It's very simple. Let's say an order comes through the backend of the client's website. That backend is connected to our system. Our system captures that order in 5 seconds. Now, once when the order is captured, then everything that happens is like a domino effect. You have an individual, an operation team getting the order. Once it's picked, it's brought into the dispatch table. It's packed in a way that is required for the client. Once it's packed, it's ready for dispatch. We work with a lot of premium customers with respect to our courier partners. Some of them are EPG, now called as EMX. We have RMX. We have DHL for international. One of them, based on whether it's local or international, they come to collect the shipments that's out for dispatch. Unlike other countries, UAE has a policy, you get your products either in 4 hours, same day, or the very next day.
How do you integrate with popular e-commerce channels?
Integration is the first step after a customer puts pen to paper. That is pretty much the first point from then where it goes live. So for integration, there's many integration backends out there. Some of the most commonly used are Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix. And there are also others like Magento, there is Shoppuccino as well. We use all of them, all of the above, because we have customers that use each of them individually. And depending on what backend, the integration just takes mostly around 10 minutes to 1 day. The reason why I say, you might ask me, oh, isn't it 1 day too long? But technically, based on the complexity, subject to the complexity of the product and the project, it might take from 10 minutes to 1 day. And integration is actually very simple because we have our IT team sitting in-house.
E-commerce as a sector is booming, but there are a lot of challenges that business owners as well as last mile delivery providers face. Can you throw some light on what are the challenges you face being a major player in this industry, in terms of, even if it's in terms of fulfillment or integration or customer acquisition? What are the common challenges you face?
We don't know what sort of customers we normally get. It's like a Pandora's box. It
Right.
can be, we will never know how that business is going to turn out to be. So that's definitely a challenge, because at the end of the day, we are an e-commerce, and the stock that's coming in has to go out instantly. And that's how the revenue comes into the whole industry. There are certain customers whose business won't even start picking up even after 6 months or even after a year. That's when we will have to really start sitting down and thinking, is it a viable business even for our fulfillment? However, we do tend to help such customer by trying to give them more support, maybe consultation, business consultation, or even giving them support with respect to marketing so that their business is more visible online. Other two challenges are, one is for sure address visibility. It's something we always face. Just to give you a prime example, we had an order just last week. Customer, the information she had put in, street name, Fujairah, street number, Ras Al Khaimah, and area, Dubai.
Wow.
How do you sort out this sort of an order? Because you have to sort it out according to the time where the order is going to. It was very challenging with respect to address visibility, but we again tend to overcome that by our in-house customer service. We have a customer service personnel. So the moment when an order comes without any address, it goes into a hold sector. From the hold sector, the customer service picks up the call, and then she starts calling the customers to get proper details. Sometimes, if she's very unlucky, if the customer person is very unlucky, even the number might be wrong.
Yeah.
But we still manage to do our level best to get the order out. At the end of the day, it's an order. Then the third challenge for sure is cash on delivery, CODs. CODs can be a real problem in this industry because let's say you have a high value order that's going out. Customer brought the order for almost, let's say, 2K, 2,000 dirhams or 5,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
But by the time the courier partner reaches the customer says, no, I don't want it, I want to cancel it. Once again, the return and cancellations can be a challenge for the client end because they can lose money. But they don't want to completely ignore the customers who are only CODs because that forms a big chunk of their orders as well.
What strategies do you employ in your business to ensure flexibility and reliability of your service?
One of the biggest strategies is that we are very aggressive when it comes to expansion because we want to take, we know e-commerce is booming in the Middle East region. So we want customers who are with us, we want to take them to different other GCC states like Bahrain, Qatar. Now we are also starting Saudi very soon. It matters a lot. So that is one of the strategies we employ. We tell the customers that we are based in all these areas. And we are now also based in UK. Customers tend to get that flexibility in going places with us. It's a journey with us. You're on a roller coaster ride. You do not get the drama or of any sort with us. We are a very professional team, but we can take you to different places to help to enhance your business capabilities elsewhere.
That brings me to a very important question, which I'm sure our audiences will also want to know. Can you tell us about a customer success story where CSSeLogix played a major role in benefiting the customer or leading to revenue impact?
There was one customer, I cannot name them for sure, but they started with us in Dubai and they started with us in Jebel Ali. There's no other fulfillment center who gives a service from Jebel Ali where there's a fulfillment happening inside a free zone. So he was very happy to work with us inside the free zone. He used to be based in Kuwait. Now he's coming to places with us to Qatar and soon to Oman and soon to Saudi. So that itself is a success with respect to us because the customer trusts us. He's able to grow at the same time we're able to grow as well. I always tell this to my team, it's your business, but if you can play 1% of a role in your success, then that's a job well done to us.
In fact, it's so amazing that not only is your company growing, but you're enabling your customers to grow along with you. I think that's an amazing success story for a business.
It's a humbling story. We still have our feet firmly on the ground. We are trying to be someone and trying to create that little difference in the market. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything. We're just trying to create that little difference because customers do not understand. Many of the customers have trouble understanding the fulfillment industry and they go to wrong partners and they actually get stuck. We've heard horror stories in the industry out there, especially with other fulfillment centers. There are a few fulfillment centers. And when the customers move to us, they actually say they withheld their cash on delivery. COD is customers' money. You have no right in playing around with it. So there are challenges, and sometimes we try to help the customer in as much as we can.
You've touched upon a very important topic here about vendors holding back on the cash on delivery money, which is payable to the seller. Can you tell us how small e-commerce setups who've just started out can deal with such challenges?
The challenge lies with when a client has a COD that needs to be paid back by the fulfillment center. So you have the delivery, the courier partners, they pay the CODs, and proper fulfillment industry like us, we tend to give the COD back every 2 weeks, which is the cycle that you need to give it back to the client. But sometimes the fulfillment centers tend to take this money and roll it for their own infrastructure costs and stuff like that. They do not get to know about it. But even then, we have heard horror stories when customers have moved from other fulfillment industries. Most of the time, we heard about the COD as being like the nail in the coffin for them. Okay. COD is the client's money. We have no right in touching it at any time. Even at CSSeLogix, when it comes to COD, we have a separate account. And after every 2 weeks, we send it back to the client after thorough accounting and after thorough reconciliation.
Looking forward, how do you see the landscape of e-commerce fulfillment evolving in the Emirate of Sharjah?
Sharjah is still a very untested, it's uncharted water, and the opportunities are immense. You get to establish your business with reduced cost in Sharjah, and Sharjah gives you the platform for that. It's just that people are still not aware of Sharjah market. And believe it or not, there's quite a lot of companies that want to come into Middle East and they are only aware of Dubai or Abu Dhabi for that matter of fact. But I believe Sharjah can literally play a central role in making sure you can do whatever that it is in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, maybe for much cheaper price in Sharjah, in setting up the business or running an e-commerce opportunities. It's sky is your limit for a client that's coming from overseas.
That's great to know. And that brings me towards the end of our podcast. I want to know, looking forward, what's in the pipeline for CSSeLogix? What is the next big thing we can look forward to?
As I had mentioned earlier, we have already established now in Bahrain, Qatar. In the last 2 weeks, we have started operation in Qatar. Soon we will be in Saudi. I believe in the next a month, we should be in Saudi. We are already placed very well in UK. And the next very best thing is reverse logistics. Just briefly, if I have to explain what is reverse logistics, let's say you order something online, all right, and the client wants to return it. Now, the client may have used it, and then without making sure the barcodes are not taken away, he may have used it, or he may have just taken the original product and put another product and then sent back. What are the QCs in place to check if that product is either used or if it's fake or if it's not the same original product? This is where the reverse logistics come in. We come in, we pick up the good, the return good, we do a QC, and then the products are shipped back to their country. This is a big problem in the industry, especially in the online business, for majorly problem relating to fashion. Many of the time, the customers buy it online. You have a return policy of 14 days. You utilize it for a wedding or for any sort of a thing, and then you return it.
Right.
And then you get your money back. This again, these are the things that happen in an online business. So we make sure with the reverse logistics in place, we are well placed to avoid such things. It's functional in Bahrain, and we have orders in reverse logistics. It is going to be the next best thing to happen in the logistics, and we are looking forward to it, frankly. Bringing that to Dubai would be our biggest thing.
This brings me to the last and most important question. Ritu, according to you, what is the one advice or the core advice you would give a new entrepreneur?
The best advice I can give to anybody is don't make it too complicated. If you, a lot of entrepreneurs, they have the idea, but the execution part is missing. Or they have the product, and then still the business vision is lacking. So sometimes the best advice I can give is business is not complicated. As long as you have a task in hand, get that done. And then if there's a vision, and if you have the appetite to do it, then just go and do it. Your success is all to do with you. And I believe with the opportunities that you have in place, especially with Sharjah, I feel it's easier to start a business. It's easier to explore and take those opportunities. And frankly, the biggest advice I can give anybody is, if you're starting a business, and if your business, you will definitely face challenges. But if you do make a mistake, always say sorry. And sometimes if you can't do something, don't overpromise it. If you stick to these two words, sorry and not overpromising, I believe this sky is your limit. You really can go the distance.
Before we close, Britto, any last words?
Thank you, SPC, for having me here today. Definitely an amazing exposure. And I would like to extend my thanks to my family, my mom, my brother, definitely CSS Group's chairman, Mr. Kaladharan, and family, my wife, Ms. Shashikala, and my fantastic team of CSSeLogix, because without the team, for every business, it's a team. If you recruit the right team, then you get the right results. And this team was with me even when I was going through a very tough period in my life. It is important that I have to thank them because they are the backbone of my company. And there's also one more thing that I would like to say. There is an invisible presence that is guarding the CSSeLogix, and that's my dad. Because when I was starting this business, my dad passed away. So it was very important. The last words I told him was, I started CSSeLogix. And a week after, he passed away. So I feel I have his presence around me, and it's been a wonderful journey so far. And my team has been with me, supporting me in this journey. Well, supporting me and Shashikala and myself. And I cannot thank them enough. And I'm very lucky to have my team here.
That was such a heartwarming note to end on. And we wish you more success, more power to you and your team. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Afreen.
To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Rising Sharjah. Remember to subscribe for more inspiring stories and insights from leaders who are driving economic growth in our region. Stay connected and keep rising.